everybody, welcome back. This is Sleepless Starlight, and today I'll be drawing a mushroom-themed cottagecore character. So, I start out with a rough sketch, and I start out with basically like a stickman-like figure. I like to call it the stickman phase, because I'm just drawing the ball joints, and everything's just very simple and tiny, because I'm just trying to figure out where I want everything to go. At this point, I was procrastinating on drawing the arms, because I had no idea what to do. I had no idea how I wanted to draw the arms, what I wanted them to do, so I was panicking and trying to figure something out. So I was like just doing every other step except for that. In the end, I decided to make her do a curtsy like the last character I did last video, because I don't know, I guess I feel like I still haven't mastered that pose, so I want to keep on working on it. So I give her long hair because, I don't know, it's just like fun to draw for me. And I gave her a mushroom cap because I wanted her, again, to look like a mushroom that was personified, or just like someone that loves dressing up as a mushroom. So I gave her like a apron-esque dress with Mary Jane heels, and then I get to Clip Studio Paint. So I'm just redoing my rough sketch and getting everything down onto my screen. This time I did not have to procrastinate with the arms because I actually knew what I was doing! Yay! So now I could just get straight to it. For this character, I wanted her to have a vibe as if something was off about her, something didn't feel completely right. Because she is themed off of mushrooms. Mushrooms can be poisonous, they can be deadly. The most innocent seeming ones can be the ones that almost kill you or send you to the hospital. So, I wanted her to seem like maybe she's not entirely trustworthy. Maybe you shouldn't trust everything she tells you. Maybe you shouldn't accept an invite to a tea party that she gives you. She could just be an innocent little mushroom girl, or she could be trying to murder you with whatever poisons she has in her cabinet or something. So, I wanted to adhere to that by having her not entirely face you, like she's hiding a part of herself. That's why she wasn't facing the point of view as you're seeing. So I started working on the shoes, and I was struggling to make the Mary Janes actually have good heelage to them, but I just gave up and decided to have just flat shoes, and I think that was a good choice in the end. So now I decided to add gloves, because I thought that would just be super adorable. Like, I wanted her to be adorable, but maybe not entirely trustworthy. So, I was also trying to give her a good amount of details while not going too off track or adding too much. Like, I could not tell if I was adding too little or too much or not enough, because she already has a lot of polka dots and details going on about her, but I can't add too many things, or it's just gonna be crazy and hard to look at. So I had to be very careful with her character design. So now I'm on to the line art, and whenever I make a mistake when I'm doing a rough sketch, I just think, oh, well, that is not a good body proportion, but well, I'll just fix it once I get to Clip Studio Paint and do the line art. But then I actually have to fix it and do the line art. As the designer and artist of this character, I imagine she's very soft-spoken, very patient and gentle, but maybe it's all a hoax or a trick, so, you know, take that as you will. So for this character, I plan on having her reappear and be an official character in my roster. So if you have any ideas for her name, please let me know in the comments, because I am stumped, but you guys might have a really good idea that is way better than anything I could come up with, so please let me know. So I'm working on her dress, and now I'm just getting down to all those details. We're getting the gloves down. Let me think what else. I'm adding ruffles because, as I mentioned, I struggle with ruffles, and I'm trying to make them do better. So now I'm working on those heels, just, pretty simple, erasing some mistakes. And now I'm adding all the polka dots, all the mushroom pieces. Took a lot longer than you would expect, like 22 minutes to color it all in. So now I'm coloring in the eyes and just making sure everything clicks just the way I want it to. And now I am ready to do the coloring. Yay! So I'm adding her color scheme to the top left of the screen so that I can figure out what I want her colors to look like. I actually painted my nails to match with her color scheme and aspects. I actually do that for most of my videos, if you haven't already noticed. So I actually paint my nails very often to try and adhere to the characters' color schemes that I have in mind. And now the polka dots begin. Coloring these in took me like 22 minutes. I wish I was kidding. So I really sped this part up because the cap and dress took me way longer than I thought it would. So I'm just getting all those little details down, and finally I finished the cap and the dress and it looked really good. So now I'm adding some very almost unnoticeable off-whites to her outfit because mushrooms most of the time don't have a pure whiteness to them. Anyway, deciding her hair color was tricky because if I gave her just a plain brunette, then she'd be Kinoko Komori, and I couldn't give her white because then it would just blend in with all the whites of her polka dots. If I made her a redhead, then everything would just be too similar, so it was really tricky. So I gave her a bit of a strawberry brunette, if that exists. So I'm being very careful not to color outside the lines. If I do, then I erase around it, as always. And finally, I finished the hair and was ready to move on to the next step. If I remember correctly, it was coloring in the skin, but I might be wrong. Am I correct? No! I colored in the ruffles around the mushroom cap and the dress. Of course. So, again, these were very, very pale colors, so it's kind of hard to see, so I could not tell if I was doing everything correctly, so I just kind of had to hope everything would turn out all right. So I finished that, and then I got to coloring in the skin. Once that was done, I had to actually color in the pure white of her outfits because rendering would just be this huge thing that would just be super tough. So it was a bit of a hassle, but in the end, it was worth it. So I color in her eyes and everything, and I figure out what color I want it to be. I couldn't decide between red or green, so I just gave her both. Like, green and red are both pretty evil colors, or are associated with evil pretty often in cartoons. So I just, I went for both. So now I am going over everything going over the line art, and little did I know that my phone was reaching very low battery at this point, and it was about to die any second now. So while I was coloring in line art, my phone was about to die when I'm going over the rendering, and then I'll have no footage of it. Ugh, I'm so sorry. But here's the finished product, I guess. So here's the finished cottagecore mushroom girl. I'm sorry that you didn't get to see the rendering part. I did not realize my phone died until it was too late. Either way, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you have any ideas for what to name this girl, then please let me know in the comments. And please consider subscribing to me or giving me a like if you enjoyed this video, and send this video to someone else if you think they'd like it too. Thank you so much for watching, but now I gotta go. Bye!